Aging is often seen as a period of decline, but what if it could be the most spiritually enriching time of your life? In this video, we'll explore how the Buddhist path offers profound wisdom for embracing the later years with grace, purpose, and inner peace. Aging can be a journey filled with opportunities for deep spiritual growth, and together we'll discover how to navigate this path with mindfulness and compassion. As we age, we face inevitable changes, physical, emotional, and mental. But within these changes lies the potential for transformation. By embracing the teachings of impermanence, cultivating mindfulness, and practicing compassion, you can turn the challenges of aging into a time of profound personal and spiritual development. Stay with us as we guide you through this beautiful journey. Aging is a natural process that every living being experiences, yet in many cultures, it is often viewed with fear or negativity. But what if we could reframe our perspective and see aging as a gift? The later years of life are a unique opportunity to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It's a time when the distractions of youth fade, allowing us to focus more on the inner journey. In Buddhism, aging is not seen as a decline, but as a vital part of the life cycle. It is during this time that we can cultivate wisdom, drawing on the experiences and lessons we've gathered throughout our lives. With age comes the ability to see life from a broader perspective, to understand its impermanence, and to appreciate the beauty of the present moment. The concept of impermanence is central to Buddhist teachings. Everything in life is transient: our youth, our possessions, even our relationships. By accepting this impermanence, we can free ourselves from the fear of aging. Instead of clinging to the past or fearing the future, we learn to live fully in the present, appreciating each moment for what it is. Aging gives us the chance to slow down and reflect on what truly matters. In the hustle and bustle of earlier life stages, we often get caught up in chasing external achievements, career success, material wealth, social status. But as we age, we begin to realize that true fulfillment comes from within, from the relationships we nurture and the spiritual practices we cultivate. This stage of life is also an invitation to let go of what no longer serves us. As we age, we naturally begin to release attachments to our physical appearance, to our possessions, and even to our old identities. This process of letting go can be incredibly liberating, allowing us to connect more deeply with our true selves. Another gift of aging is the ability to focus on spiritual growth. With fewer external distractions, we can dedicate more time to practices like meditation, mindfulness, and prayer. These practices help us to cultivate inner peace, to remain centered in the face of life's challenges, and to approach our final years with grace and dignity. The wisdom gained from a lifetime of experiences also positions us to be guides and mentors to others. In many cultures, elders are revered for their knowledge and experience. As we age, we have the opportunity to pass on the lessons we've learned, to share our insights with younger generations, and to leave a lasting impact on the world. However, embracing the gift of aging requires a shift in mindset. It means rejecting the societal norms that glorify youth and instead honoring the beauty of each stage of life. It means acknowledging the physical changes that come with aging, not with resistance, but with acceptance and love for the body that has carried us through so much. Aging can also bring a deeper sense of gratitude. As we reflect on our lives, we can appreciate the journey we've been on, the joys, the sorrows, the triumphs, and the challenges. This gratitude can transform our outlook on life, filling us with a sense of contentment and peace. Ultimately, aging is a journey of the soul. It is a time to reconnect with our innermost selves, to find meaning in our experiences, and to prepare for the final transition with a sense of completion. By embracing the aging process, we can live our later years not with fear, but with a profound sense of peace and purpose. In Buddhism, the concept of impermanence, or anicca, is a fundamental truth that underlies all aspects of existence. Everything in life is in a constant state of flux. Nothing remains the same. Understanding and accepting this impermanence is key to navigating the aging process with peace and wisdom. From a Buddhist perspective, aging is a powerful reminder of the impermanent nature of life. Our bodies change, our abilities may diminish, and our roles in society evolve. These changes can be challenging to accept, but they also offer an opportunity to deepen our spiritual practice by embracing the reality of impermanence. The Buddha taught that suffering arises when we resist the natural flow of life, when we cling to youth, health, or the past. By acknowledging that all things, including our own bodies, are impermanent, we can begin to let go of this attachment and find peace in the present moment. Aging, in this sense, is not something to fear, but rather a part of the natural order of things. It is a process that teaches us about the true nature of existence. As we age, we are constantly reminded that nothing in this world is permanent, which can lead to a deeper understanding of life's impermanence and a more profound sense of spiritual liberation. The Buddhist teachings on impermanence encourage us to focus on what truly matters. When we accept that our time on earth is limited, we can prioritize our spiritual growth, our relationships, and our contributions to the well-being of others. This shift in focus can bring a sense of fulfillment and purpose that transcends the physical changes of aging. Another important aspect of the Buddhist perspective on aging is the concept of dukkha, often translated as suffering or dissatisfaction. Dukkha is an inevitable part of life, but by understanding its causes, namely attachment and ignorance, we can begin to transcend it. Aging, with its many challenges, can serve as a catalyst for this spiritual awakening. As we grow older, we may experience loss of loved ones, of physical abilities, of roles and identities we once held. Buddhism teaches that these losses are a natural part of life's cycle. By accepting them without resistance, we can alleviate much of the suffering that comes with aging and find peace in the face of life's inevitable changes. The practice of mindfulness is crucial in the Buddhist approach to aging. By staying present and fully experiencing each moment, we can reduce anxiety about the future and regret about the past. Mindfulness allows us to appreciate the present, even as we acknowledge the impermanence of all things. In Buddhism, aging is also seen as an opportunity to cultivate metta, or loving kindness. As we become more aware of our own vulnerabilities and the impermanence of life, we can develop greater compassion for ourselves and others. This compassion can be a powerful force for healing and connection as we navigate the later stages of life. The Buddhist approach to aging also emphasizes the importance of sangha, or community. In the company of others who are on the same spiritual path, we can share our experiences, offer support, and learn from one another. Aging within a spiritual community can provide comfort and a sense of belonging that eases the transition into this new stage of life. Buddhism encourages us to view aging not as a decline, but as a natural and valuable part of the human experience. It is a time when we can deepen our spiritual practice, let go of material attachments, and focus on what truly matters, our inner growth and our connections with others. As we age, we may also face the reality of death more directly. Buddhism offers teachings and practices to help us prepare for this final transition. By meditating on death and impermanence, we can reduce our fear and anxiety and approach the end of life with a sense of peace and acceptance. The Buddhist perspective on aging invites us to reflect on our lives with gratitude. Each moment, each experience is a gift that has contributed to our spiritual journey. By cultivating gratitude, we can find joy and contentment in the present, regardless of the physical changes that come with aging. In accepting the impermanence of life, we also learn to let go of the ego, the false sense of self that clings to youth, beauty, and material success. Aging offers us the chance to transcend the ego and connect with our true nature, which is beyond the limitations of the physical body. Ultimately, the Buddhist teachings on impermanence and aging guide us toward a deeper understanding of life's true nature. By embracing the changes that come with aging, we can live with greater wisdom, compassion, and inner peace, recognizing that each stage of life is a precious part of our spiritual journey. As we enter the later stages of life, mindfulness and meditation become increasingly valuable practices. These tools not only help us maintain mental clarity and emotional stability, but they also deepen our connection to the present moment, allowing us to experience life with a sense of peace and fulfillment. Mindfulness is the practice of bringing one's attention to the present moment without judgment. For older adults, this practice can be particularly powerful, as it helps to reduce stress, anxiety, and the tendency to dwell on past regrets or future worries. By focusing on the here and now, we can find joy and contentment in the simple moments of daily life. Meditation, on the other hand, offers a way to quiet the mind and cultivate inner peace. As we age, meditation can help us navigate the physical and emotional challenges that arise, providing a refuge from the turbulence of the mind. Whether through breath awareness, loving-kindness meditation, or other techniques, the practice allows us to connect with a deeper sense of calm and clarity. One of the benefits of mindfulness and meditation in later life is the ability to stay present and engaged, even as the body undergoes changes. Physical discomforts or limitations can be challenging, but mindfulness teaches us to observe these sensations without becoming overwhelmed by them. This non-reactive awareness can reduce the suffering associated with aging. For many, retirement brings more free time, which can be a blessing for spiritual practice. Without the demands of a busy work life, older adults can dedicate more time to meditation and mindfulness, allowing these practices to become a central part of their daily routine. This time can be seen as an opportunity to deepen one's spiritual journey. Meditation also plays a crucial role in maintaining mental health in later years. As the brain ages, it is natural to experience some cognitive decline. However, studies have shown that regular meditation can improve memory, attention, and overall cognitive function, helping to keep the mind sharp and agile. Beyond mental health, meditation fosters emotional resilience. The later years can bring significant life changes, such as the loss of loved ones, declining health, or shifting social roles. Meditation provides a way to process these emotions, offering a space to grieve, to reflect, and to find acceptance. It helps us to approach these changes with a sense of equanimity. Loving kindness meditation in particular can be incredibly beneficial in cultivating compassion toward oneself and others. As we age, we might struggle with feelings of loneliness, inadequacy, or regret. Through loving kindness meditation, we learn to direct love and compassion inward, healing old wounds and fostering a positive outlook. Mindfulness and meditation also enhance our spiritual awareness. By turning inward and quieting the mind, we become more attuned to our inner world, gaining insights into our true nature and the nature of reality. This deepened awareness can lead to a greater sense of connection with the universe and a more profound understanding of life's purpose. Practicing mindfulness in everyday activities, such as eating, walking, or even doing household chores, can transform mundane moments into opportunities for spiritual growth. When we bring full awareness to these tasks, we begin to see the sacred in the ordinary, appreciating each moment for what it truly is. Another aspect of mindfulness in later life is the practice of letting go. As we age, we may find ourselves holding on to past experiences, regrets, or identities. Mindfulness teaches us to release these attachments and to embrace the present moment without clinging to what was or fearing what is to come. For those who may be new to meditation, starting in later life is not only possible, but can be incredibly rewarding. It's never too late to begin a mindfulness practice, and even short, daily sessions can make a significant difference in one's quality of life. Guided meditations, classes, or apps can provide support and structure for beginners. Group meditation can also be a source of strength and community. Joining a meditation group or participating in a sangha allows older adults to connect with others on the same path, offering mutual support and a sense of belonging. This communal aspect can be especially important for those who may feel isolated or disconnected. The practice of mindfulness and meditation also prepares us for the final stages of life. By cultivating a calm and accepting mind, we can approach the end of life with grace, free from the fear and anxiety that often accompany this transition. Meditation can help us to let go of the physical world and to embrace the unknown with a sense of peace. Ultimately, mindfulness and meditation in the later years are not just practices for maintaining health. They are spiritual disciplines that bring us closer to our true selves. By integrating these practices into our daily lives, we can age with wisdom, serenity, and a deep sense of inner fulfillment, living each day with presence and purpose. As we journey through the later stages of life, cultivating compassion becomes increasingly essential, both for ourselves and for others. Compassion, in its purest form, is an expression of love and understanding, a recognition of the shared human experience of suffering and joy. It is through compassion that we connect deeply with those around us and find peace within. Aging often brings with it a heightened awareness of our vulnerabilities and the vulnerabilities of others. This awareness can open our hearts, allowing us to feel more deeply for those who are suffering and to respond with kindness and empathy. In Buddhism, this practice of compassion, known as karuna, is central to the path of enlightenment. Self-compassion is particularly important as we age. We may find ourselves struggling with physical changes, health issues, or the loss of independence. By treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer to a loved one, we can navigate these challenges with greater ease. Self-compassion allows us to accept our limitations without judgment and to approach the aging process with gentleness. Letting go is another crucial aspect of spiritual growth in later life. Throughout our lives, we accumulate attachments to people, possessions, identities, and beliefs. These attachments can become burdens as we age, weighing us down and preventing us from experiencing true freedom. The practice of letting go involves releasing these attachments and embracing the present moment. Letting go does not mean abandoning our relationships or responsibilities, but rather it means loosening our grip on the need to control or possess. It means accepting that everything in life is impermanent and that clinging to the past or fearing the future only causes suffering. By letting go, we create space for peace and contentment to enter our lives. In the context of relationships, letting go might involve forgiving past hurts or releasing expectations of how others should behave. As we age, we may have unresolved conflicts or regrets that linger in our hearts. Letting go of these grievances through forgiveness and understanding can heal emotional wounds and restore harmony in our relationships. Compassion and letting go are deeply interconnected. When we cultivate compassion, we naturally begin to let go of our ego-driven desires and fears. We start to see the world through the lens of love and empathy, which helps us to release the need for control and to accept life as it is. This process of letting go brings us closer to our true nature. One of the greatest acts of compassion we can offer ourselves as we age is the acceptance of our own mortality. By acknowledging that death is a natural part of life, we can let go of the fear and anxiety that often accompany thoughts of the end. This acceptance allows us to live more fully in the present, appreciating each day as a precious gift. Letting go also involves embracing simplicity. As we age, we may find that we no longer need or desire the material possessions or status symbols that once seemed important. By simplifying our lives, whether by decluttering our homes, reducing our commitments, or letting go of societal expectations, we can focus on what truly matters, our spiritual growth and the well-being of those we love. Ultimately, the practices of cultivating compassion and letting go lead to a profound sense of inner peace and freedom. They allow us to age with grace, to live with an open heart, and to approach the end of life with a sense of completion and contentment. By embracing these practices, we can transform the challenges of aging into opportunities for spiritual growth and fulfillment. As we approach the final stage of life, the reality of death becomes more present. For many, this can be a source of fear and anxiety, but from a Buddhist perspective, death is not something to dread. Instead, it is viewed as a natural part of the life cycle, a transition that, when embraced with understanding, can be a peaceful and even enlightening experience. The practice of preparing for death is known in Buddhism as maranasati, or mindfulness of death. By contemplating the inevitability of death, we become more attuned to the impermanent nature of all things. This practice is not meant to be morbid, but rather a way to live more fully in the present, free from the fear that can cloud our minds. Embracing the end of life involves accepting that our physical bodies are temporary vessels and that our true essence transcends the physical form. This realization can bring comfort and help us to detach from the fear of physical decline or death. It encourages us to focus on the spiritual aspects of our existence, which remain untouched by the aging process. Preparing for death also means making peace with our past. As we age, we may find ourselves reflecting on our lives, the choices we made, the relationships we nurtured or neglected, the accomplishments and the regrets. This is a time for reconciliation, both with others and with ourselves. Forgiving and seeking forgiveness can bring a profound sense of closure and peace. In Buddhism, the moment of death is seen as a critical point in the journey of the soul. The state of mind we are in at the time of death can influence our transition and what comes after. Therefore, cultivating a calm, peaceful, and compassionate mind is essential. Meditation, prayer, and mindfulness practices can help us achieve this state, ensuring that we approach the end with clarity and serenity. Another important aspect of preparing for the final transition is letting go of attachments. These can include attachments to our loved ones, our possessions, and even our own identity. By letting go, we free ourselves from the emotional burdens that can make the transition more difficult. This does not mean abandoning our connections, but rather releasing the need to control or hold on tightly to what must eventually be released. As we prepare for death, it is also important to communicate our wishes to those we leave behind. This can include practical matters such as end-of-life care, funeral arrangements, and the distribution of our possessions. By taking care of these details in advance, we can ease the burden on our loved ones and ensure that our transition is as peaceful as possible. Spiritual preparation for death also involves reflecting on the legacy we wish to leave. What values do we want to pass on? How can we ensure that our life has had a positive impact on those we love and the world around us? By living with intention in our final years, we can create a legacy that reflects our deepest beliefs and values. Embracing the end of life does not mean giving up on life itself. It means living each day with awareness and purpose, knowing that our time is limited but also precious. It means savoring the moments we have left, deepening our spiritual practice, and nurturing our relationships. This approach allows us to experience a sense of completion, knowing that we have lived fully and consciously. Ultimately, preparing for the final transition is about approaching death with the same mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom that we have cultivated throughout our spiritual journey. By accepting death as a natural part of life, we can face it with peace and dignity, knowing that it is not an end, but a continuation of our soul's journey. This perspective allows us to embrace the final transition with a heart full of love, gratitude, and serenity.